Since the year 2000, the memories of every Super Bowl have been enshrined by one man.
Who has been doing this, 10 years now for the National Football League.
Major League Baseball's all-star official artist, Charles Fazino.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you back.
Your work is amazing.
Charles, explain what this is.
Famed 3D pop artist Charles Fazino, who created a very special piece for the event.
And I really appreciate, I think, what you have done for the folks in Haiti. We want to bring in now this great artist who has been doing this, 10 years now for the National Football League, Charles Fazino. Charles, explain what this is.
Well, this is a hand-painted helmet. I've been making them for about 10 years for the Super Bowl and for the NFL. And Pierre and I decided we'd team up. We both felt so bad about Haiti and what we could do. So we both signed the helmet, and we're going to put it up on eBay.
Wow.
And we're hoping it raises, $5,000, $10,000 for eBay.
Then you can do better than that.
Yeah, and 100% of the proceeds is going to Helping Hands, which is Pierre's foundation, and we're very excited.
And really fantastic.
Yeah.
And your plan, once the Super Bowl is over and things start to settle down, is to go home, right?
To go back to Haiti in April. We were originally planning before the earthquake happened, and now we're trying to go back for sure in April. We're trying to raise up to $500,000 for the people in Haiti and just help out with anything they need, from clothes, water, food. We're trying to set up tents, hospitals.
There's a lot of work to do there. A lot of work to do. You'll help get it done.
He's going to need a lot of money.
There you go. So bid, and bid high on that.
Good morning. And we also have a special treat because a special project is unfolding here. The acclaimed 3D artist Charles Fazino is working hard to create his vision of our neighborhood. Hi, Charles. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
It's so funny. I saw your work out here, and I realized someone gave me one of your pieces as a present once, and I have it hanging on my wall at home.
World.
How did you get started in 3D art?
I've been doing it for now 17 years.
And we should mention what you're going to do is you're going to capture Rockefeller Center
I am,
in
right
three
here.
dimensions this morning throughout our show. When you came in here, you had to obviously look around at some features that stood out. What captured your attention?
Well, obviously, one of the tallest buildings in the area is Rockefeller Center, so that's going to be the focal point of my piece. And I've sort of have decided to start sketching out already, and I've been preparing, this week I've been down here sketching, and now I'm putting the whole thing together, an attempt to put the whole thing together in an hour and a half.
He's just about finished now. He's just putting the finishing touches on you, me, Al, and Ann. Now we should tell people what's going to happen when you completely finish this. Where will this be displayed?
It's going to go in permanent display at the NBC Experience.
Charles, thanks very much. We're back in a moment.
It's good. Don't you think?
I love it.
Many years ago, actually, the roots of my three-dimensional style started here in South Florida. I used to come down to do the outdoor art shows after I finished college, finished art school in New York City in the late 1970s. So I started doing the outdoor art shows here in the 80s. And it was really the first place that I started to collect a lot of great feeling from collectors, and really the first people that started collecting my work were from Fort Lauderdale.
The museum is proud to host this exhibition of Charles Fazino's work, specifically the commissioned work for the Fort Lauderdale Centennial, which of course we'll be celebrating in 2011. I mean, the museum sort of firmly believes that, we're about the visual history of our civilization. Well, our civilization here in Fort Lauderdale is only 100 years old, and somehow Charles has managed to pack it all into this one work of art, which will be unveiled this evening. But what I think is really exciting about Charles's work is that there's a social purpose to it, and the excitement around having the exhibition here, the excitement around the poster, the fact that we're getting politicians here and members of the community and the Centennial Commission really shows us the importance, the social purpose of works of art, and that's what I'd like to underscore with this evening's event.
Hello, everyone. I'm Randy Sparagi. Welcome to FoxSports.com's coverage of Super Bowl 45, brought to you by Verizon, official wireless service provider of the NFL. Since the year 2000, the memories of every Super Bowl have been enshrined by one man, artist Charles Fazino, who is an officially licensed artist of the NFL. We caught up with Fazino in Arlington as he helped kick off Super Bowl week with some artistic flair.
Well,
I'm actually brought with me 11 years of my Super Bowl collection. We're here at the Arlington Museum of Art. I'm showing the Super Bowl collection, hand-painted helmets, the limited edition pieces from past 11 years, and of course this year's new piece, which is depicting this year's Super Bowl. Well, I think when I was first starting the drawings for the artwork this year, the committee and the host committee said, make sure you don't forget it's all of North Texas. So that was something that when I started to draw and do my designs for this year's piece, I wanted to make sure that it really encompasses all of North Texas. And for many years depicting the stadium straight on. This year I did an aerial view because of such a wide area of geographics to sort of encompass. I wanted to make sure that I did an aerial view that really took in all of everything. And the stadium is like really incredible. If you haven't been here to been in the stadium, it's like an awesome sight.
Jamie and Greg have a very unique tuba. Jamie has commissioned Charles Fazino, a very famous artist. He's designed a one-of-a-kind piece for Jamie and Greg.
The tuba symbolizes that we are promising to love, honor, and commit to one another from this day forward.
With the Beijing Olympics coming up, with the opening day just 1 month away, we've got pin trading, as you will know, is a big deal at the games. And we've got Charles Fazino, who's an acclaimed 3D artist, who's commissioned by NBC to create a pin for Beijing. Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you back. It's nice to see you. So tell us about what you've designed then for us this year.
An exclusive pin, again, for NBC and for the NBC Experience store. And the pin is all layered and handmade, and it's based on my artwork that I created for the Beijing Summer Olympics.
And look at the size of that.
I took excerpts out of it with a Minko. We designed it together, and we took pieces out of it and created the pin based on sort of an iconic, nostalgic landmarks of China. You know, I chose to use the dragon, which is a very strong symbol for the Chinese, pagoda, the Great Wall, and I've also added in, the Forbidden City.
It's stunning, but it's awfully large. Can you? Is it heavy?
It is.
It actually has double
heavy
pins on the back.
It's sort of.
You have to hook it up.
It's sort of a shame to call it a pin.
More like a medal.
It is.
Ooh, yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, and inside the pin box is an easel, and it can be displayed in the home or whatever. And this is the first of the pins. I have another pin that's going to be coming out closer to the games, and that one is more athlete-based.
And these really are collector's items.
They are.
1,000 or so.
It's a limited edition, right?
Yeah. And the second one has the athletes in it. It has about 10 different sports in it, and it's a great piece. And it also has the bird's nest as the center focal point.
Sounds like you had fun, Charles Fazino. Thank you so much. And I know you'll be signing some of these box sets coming up today at the NBC store. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, or log on to NBC.com to get the pin.
There's a wonderful artist, Charles Fazino, in first. See, it's
no, it's catching.
When I first had a little bit of money when I was on Star Search, I won like $8,000.
Yep.
I bought a piece of his artwork at the mall.
Oh, yeah.
One of those art stores at the mall, you know? And he's a wonderful artist, and since then I've come to know him, and very generous, always makes special pieces for different charity events that we do. He called and asked if he could design a desk, and boy, did he ever get a close-up of that. It's a wonderful 3D kind of art thing. It's all Broadway shows, and it's gorgeous, and I just want to thank him so much. Charles Fazino is a wonderful artist. The Charles Fazino people are giving everybody a T-shirt, a lovely pin, and lovely postcards. Again, Charles, thank you so much. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Major League Baseball's all-star official artist, Charles Fazino. Now, Charles, you're holding one of my favorite things here because you know it's got all the bling on it. So tell me how long it takes to do this and how you did it.
Well, I worked on the helmets for about a week. They're all hand-painted, so they're all one of a kind. I take commissions on them, and this happens to be the Angels, and it's first I paint with acrylic paint on the bottom. Then I recreate the same design on paper, and I mold it together with special types of sealants and glue.
Now talk to us about doing these baseball. I mean, they're not even paintings. I mean, what do you call them? Just artwork? I mean, how do you call it?
Well, it's called 3D pop art, and I've been doing it now for about 29 years, and I've been working with Major League Baseball many years. 2003, they asked me to commemorate All-Star Games, so since 2003 in Chicago, I've been working on different pieces, and I've been developing the collection over the years. Hand-painted baseballs, helmets. I did an official home plate. It's going to be for the commemorative pitch this year, and they'll have it on the field. So
please don't step on it, whatever you do.
Well, Rob, every year, CBS 2 is proud to bring you the firefighter Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers run in memory of a New York City firefighter who died on September 11th. And joining us this morning is Stephen's brother, George. Great to see you. As well as famed 3D pop artist Charles Vizino, who created a very special piece for the event. Gentlemen, it's so good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Boy, an original artwork for you in memory of your brother. I'm wondering what your reaction was when you first saw it.
So many miracles have happened since we started our foundation for Stephen and his legacy, and this is just another miracle, and we were shocked.
Tell me about this piece of artwork. It really is just beautiful, Charles.
Well, the artwork I painted, I really wanted to evoke a lot of emotions. Our world has changed so much since 9/11, and I wanted really to bring that through in the artwork. The artwork is, has the Freedom Tower in it, and I've painted already quite a few buildings that have the Freedom Tower in it, amazingly, and it hasn't even been, erected yet. But the piece has a flag that sort of intertwines, has the heavens and has Stephen in the sky, based on, that heroic day. And like I said, like everybody else, I've been watching the Tunnel to Tower, race for so many years, and this year our schedules worked together, and I said, I really wanted to bring this piece to life, and I've been thinking about it for a long time with the angels and everything, and I'm hoping that my artwork works as a vehicle to raise funds, for the organization.
And that's the plan, to auction it off.
Thank you for having me.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
どうぞどうぞ。
立体的な都市を描くんで、単に写真で見るようだけじゃなくて、行った時のような気分に。
これ大体どういうものを題材として選ばれることが多いんですか？
ちょっとどうですか？アメリカの街と比べて日本の街というのは描きやすいですか？
Sein New York ist rot wie Lippenstift, gelb wie ein Taxi und grün wie ein Apfel. Die Amerikaner von Hillary Clinton bis Michael Jackson lieben ihn und seine Bilder hängen in den wichtigsten Museen.
Kindisch nennen seine Kritiker die farbenfrohen 3D-Kompositionen. Aber haben Sie das über einen Künstler wie Keith Haring nicht auch schon gesagt? Die Welt des Charles Vizino.
Well, it's a major milestone, really, for Fort Lauderdale. The city is getting ready to turn 100 years old. The centennial celebration will kick off later this week with an exhibit at the Museum of Art in Fort Lauderdale, a great place to visit. And joining us right now is Charles Vizino, the artist who created the 3D exhibit. It's going to be called The Faces of Fort Lauderdale. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about the 3D images that we can expect to see that'll be on display.
Well, I brought one with me today.
Okay, let me see. We're going to hold this up to that camera right there so you can kind of see. This is the winter parade, right?
Yeah, I've been commissioned to do the winter parade artwork as well as the centennial artwork.
There, we can do a shot of it.
And the centennial artwork is really depicting 100 years. The winter boat parade has been going on quite a while. But the centennial artwork is, all the artwork is depicting 100 years of artwork in the artwork of all the different things that possibly may have happened through the years in Fort Lauderdale. So cool to be having a show at the museum to really show Fort Lauderdale.
Have a good time down here while you can.